Q. E2 tighten up. Yo, what's popping? Hope everybody having a good day. Adam L, what up? Appreciate everybody tapped in. As always, today, more breaking news in the NFL. Miami Dolphins have been in cap hell for 2 years. This is year 2, and they are now having to trade Jalen Waddle to the Broncos. They give up pick 30, a third, and a pick swap in the 4th for the Broncos, a team that was one game away from the Super Bowl, to acquire one of the more explosive wide receivers in the NFL, Jalen Waddle. Big move for both teams. It gives the Broncos a lot of options coming into the draft. I know a lot of people don't like, Malik Willis doesn't have any. Like, listen, Jalen Waddle, if he stayed on the Dolphins, the writing's on the wall for them to completely scrap everything they can and get as much as they can get to rebuild a new team. And when you get a haul like a first and a third in this draft, it should maybe not be able to replace Jalen Waddle, but I'm a firm believer in when you trade off an offensive player, you don't have to go try to replace them in the draft like the Titans did with A.J. Brown. Let me go to the big screen for this. You don't try to replace A.J. Brown with Treylon Burks. Sometimes you take that first round pick and you'll go get an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman or a cornerback. You offset it somewhere else and you go a different direction. You can't always replace one with one. So huge news in the AFC today regarding that trade, as well as one Tennessee Titans, Wyatt Teller, a player that I really hope that we go out and try to sign this offseason. Signs with division rival Houston Texans. Big get for the Texans. One of the best interior linemen in the NFL, in a position where the Texans had just lost another tackle. Texans badly need to repair their line, and that is a big step, getting Wyatt Teller, snatching him away from the grips of the Tennessee Titans, putting us in a position to where now Kevin Zeitler, that PK reported was a priority signing along with Chig Okonkwo, is now letting me know that I hope that he's right, because if Kevin Zeitler does not re-sign with the Tennessee Titans, one, it looks bad, on that report, but two, it says that we're gonna have fresh and new players at center and guard next to JC Latham, and you can't have both. You can draft, and like I did in my mock draft, Pat Coogan, and come into the thought that you're going to have Sloatman, Jackson Slater, and Pat Coogan fight it out, and maybe by the bye week you'll figure it out. But then you have Kevin Zeitler at right guard, and then you have Cordell and Dellinger and Jackson Slater as guys that you could rotate in at guard, opposite of Pete, but can't do both. So I mean, you have Glasgow. We have a Glasgow Zeitler reunion. I think that would make everybody sleep better at night if you put two older veterans. It wouldn't solve our problems long term. But you have you would have veteran guys at center and guard that you would feel more comfortable about. And then my path in my mock draft of drafting guys that you can develop to take over those positions a year from now would make more sense. But Wyatt Teller to the Texans is a tough loss, KT. Cesar, Perk Chico, seat B in the building. Yeah, they got to stop playing around. But this is the round of signings of people who are getting prove-it deals. The Debo Samuels, the Juwan Jennings, guys that thought that they were going to get more money in free agency than what they did. Titans re-signed Julius Chestnut. I don't know why you would sign Julius Chestnut. Julius is a great guy, great team player, but I don't know why you would sign Chestnut. I mean, I didn't foresee a team like running into tender Julius Chestnut off of our practice squad. Highly confused by that signing. But might be a locker room thing. Who knows? I need them to either go get Glasgow and Zeitler or one or the other. Because even if you had Glasgow at center and you were going to groom Jackson Slater or draft Coogan to go behind Glasgow, and then you were saying you're going to go Jackson Slater, Volson, Dellinger, fight it out for right guard, I'm cool with you fighting it, having a competition at one interior line, but not two. I don't think any of us would be comfortable with that. Darnell, DeShanrick, CCB, Corey. Yo, Hollywood Brown to the Eagles, Chico. What you think? That's a nice pickup for y'all. You know, like, I knew the Eagles was gonna steal one of these receivers. Was it Diggs or somebody? But Hollywood Brown in the slot with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and they got Goddard back with Saquon. Whew. Eagles be making lay moves. Picking safety, don't be shocked. I mean, you got Caleb Downs will probably be off the board, but you got Dylan Thieneman from Oregon is a goon. I don't get the Chestnut signing. However, he's a good special teams and locker room guy. That's why I said, like, when I retweeted it, I'm happy for Julius because Julius is a good guy and he's a good locker room, like a teammate. Maybe that's why they brought him back. You know, it's not a lot of money, but yet and still, like, we're thinking Brian Robinson. We're thinking, you know, all the spell running backs across the league they got picked up, and we brought Chestnut back. Because I'd rather, because if we're being fair, Khalil Mullins is supposed to be a bigger, more athletic version of what Julius Chestnut is, a former linebacker that's a 6'2", 220-pound running back that can play special teams. So from that perspective, like, if you're saying he's a teams guy, why wouldn't Khalil Mullins be taking the reps from Julius Chestnut? But, you know, like, hey man, I'm not in the front office. As long as they go out and get either or both of Graham Glasgow and Kevin Zeitler to return, that would make us feel better about where we sit coming into the draft. Because there's some fans that are in the comments of my post that's like, yo, we just need to draft. Like, for one, there's no first round or second round center that you're gonna burn pick 435 on. You're not picking a center at 435. Two, if you wanted to go interior line, if you did at 35, it's got to be Basantis or Pregnon. But if you're gonna bring I'd rather bring Zeitler back than burn pick 35 on an offensive guard. I just really would. I would hope that our offensive line coach and Dabo could get more out of Jackson Slater, Dellinger, Volson, and potentially Zeitler, with Skoronski about to get re-signed, than to go out and burn pick 35 in a draft that could be an edge rusher, receiver, or cornerback for an offensive guard. I'm not crazy about that. That's why in my draft, like, I took Markel Bill while I took him, put a 6'8", 6'9" left tackle behind Dan Moore, and eventually, like when Dan Moore phases out next offseason, then you'd have a guy that's already been grooming for a year. I don't know. I'm done with the Mason Kinsey experiment. Mason Kinsey is still under contract. I mean, with all the moves to be made to look up and still see Mason Kinsey, Julius Chestnut, I can understand Bryce Oliver, because, with the question marks that you had, like, Restrepo is not a special teams type of receiver, so like I get it if he's a gunner or a protector, but I'm done signing players for special teams, bro. Like, I'm done. Maybe it's a Bones Fossil thing, who knows? But if we're in a position in 2026 where Julius Chestnut is getting meaningful carries like he did last year, we're gonna be back in trouble, bro. Nano was popping. Shoot the question, Perk Chico. Who brought the 4-2 Who brought in that 4-2 defense? Robert Saleh is taking us from Denard Wilson's defense, which was like the Ravens hybrid that he came from, to 4-down lineman that nickel wide. That's what Robert Saleh is bringing to the Tennessee Titans. I mean, growing up, everybody just ran nickel. You didn't see dime and dollar, but nowadays, like, hybrid safeties, teams playing 3 safeties, putting a safety at nickel on rundowns, running that wide, kind of playing that cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, disguising, and trying to force quarterbacks to read and throw in the hot zones. Takes less pressure off if you don't have a monster nose tackle. Even though we had a monster nose tackle, I much prefer this style of defense where, like, if you watch the Chiefs the last few years of Chris Jones being able to line up anywhere, I like the fact that with the new way they run in defense, like, Jeffrey Simmons could line up anyway. Justin say Dolphins just messed up our whole second round pick. How did they do that? Is Nick Harbor coming out this draft? I think so. I think he's coming out. I know. I know. Like last year, everybody was saying Lenora Sellers, but Lenora Sellers didn't have a great year this year. But I think that's a big get. Eagles getting Hollywood Brown, Broncos getting Jalen Waddle. Some teams are definitely making moves today. Houston Texans snatching Wyatt Teller right from under our mitts. That's why I think we should have pushed the trigger on either right guard or center by now. Like, when we missed on the center marker with McGovern, Biotis, Linderbaum, and Elton Jenkins, like, I thought certainly by then they would pull the trigger at right guard. But, Corey Levin being gone too, like, you don't have that veteran that can step in and play center. But I mean, Sloatman is supposed to be the new Levin, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In my opinion, letting Baker Jr. and Levin go, but retaining Mason Kinsey and Julius Chestnut will always be a mystery to me and the rest of the Tennessee Titan fan base. Said thoughts on the Broncos Dolphin trade. Win-win for both sides. Dolphins are broke. Jalen Waddle being on the Dolphins ain't gonna make them win no more games this year. They're depleted. Best thing they could do is to do what they did, which is basically trade off whatever tradable value they could get and try to load up draft picks and wait it out for these cap hits to come off the books. Because I want to show y'all something. I'm glad you asked that question, Tyler Lee. Would you look at this? Miami Dolphins dead money for the season is now over $175 million, reported by Adam Schefter. I told y'all this last year when they got rid of Christian Wilkins, Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland. Like they have been bleeding players for the last several years. But look at this: Tua $50 million, Tyreek Hill $28.2, Waddle $26.3, Ramsey $20.9, Minkah $13 million, Chubb $10.9, Armstead $10.7, Daniels $4.8, Wilson $3.8, Alec Ingold $2.2 million, Jonnu Smith $1.7, Nick Westbrook-Akine, former Titan legend, him and Jonnu Smith $1.6, Judon $1.4, Sanders $663,000, Cam Smith $528, and Kamara $160. Now, like, these guys been gone. Like Zach Wilson been gone. Jonnu Smith was on the Steelers last year. Like, some of these guys been gone. The fact that they're eating contract, like, what on earth were they doing in Miami? Like, who was down there, like, sliding on South Beach, looking at the thong bikinis and snorting cocaine? Like, who is doing that? That all these players are dead cap money hits for them. You know, congratulations to the new coach. You just inherited dumpster fire and Malik Willis. Somebody asked me what I thought about Malik Willis. Is it unfair to Malik Willis? I said, Malik Willis got 20 million reasons to not care about what happens. Yes, for his career, he would love to be in a better situation. But, you know, them $20 million they gave him, it should suffice. I know my boy Malik Willis is going to sleep well at night. He said they definitely drafted a wide receiver with that pick. This is a deep, not a top heavy, but a deep wide receiver class. So it just depends on fit, on who you want. That's why I couldn't understand people in my comments wondering why I took Jacoby Lane. Like, we need a big outside receiver. I waited to the third pick and got a guy that's a certified dunker. Love is projected to get drafted by the Titans. Running back I'll take it. He's in my mock anyways. Cutting trim. If y'all didn't see my mock 2.0, really, that's Comedy 2 Times will tell y'all that's really like mock 200 and 2.0. But, you know, I had to do a new one since they updated the contracts and Calvin Ridley re-signed. So I would love for them to announce that they're signing Glasgow and Zeitler instead of Julius Chestnut. But shout out to Julius Chestnut. So much for this year's QB class being better than last year. Half the people discussed didn't even come out. I mean, Justin, can we get some crystal balls in the chat? So many people threw eggs at me and tomatoes on the stage last year when I said, mark my words, you're going to see Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, Jackson Dart gonna be better than this next year's draft class. No, tank for Aller, tank for Klubnik, Lenora Sellers, Nico Laminiava. All these guys that was supposed to come out, and then now we're looking at Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and Carson Beck. Like, come on, man. Like, I think Ty Simpson, if he gets drafted to the Rams, or he gets a chance to go somewhere and sit, I think Ty Simpson will be a dog. I think Mendoza will be great with Kubiak, and the Raiders having Genty and Bowers already, and Tom Brady over there overseeing. I think that's a good situation. And they just got Linderbaum, so they got an anchor center to go with him. But and they got Max Crosby back. But you just look and see, like, this was supposed to be the QB class, and people dog me out saying, no, Titans need to take Abdul Carter #1 and wait and get a quarterback next year. We waited to this year. What will we be waiting for, bro? Now y'all saying wait the next year, bro. I'm not waiting. Cam Ward season. You feel me, Justin? Drew Aller is gonna be better than Shador and Cam Ward. Like I remember all those conversations. Like K Klubnik is the guy. Like man, them people just like hunkered into a hole. You know who was even worse? When I said that the Vikings was gonna regret letting Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones go, keeping JJ McCarthy, and somebody, you remember when people was telling me that JJ McCarthy could get multiple first round picks if they traded him? It's like they could not get a first round pick for JJ McCarthy. This dude hasn't been healthy since they drafted this guy, and they're gonna ultimately regret going from Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, and Daniel Jones to JJ McCarthy. So much so that I told y'all early in the season when we knew that Kyler Murray was out, I said Kyler Murray to the Vikings, go ahead and ink it. And what happens? Crystal Ball's in the chat. Kyler Murray to the Vikings, bro. I can't make this stuff up. TGG Mont, Dolphins definitely trying to load up picks. I think the Miami Dolphins and the Jets got all the draft picks, and for the next 2 years now, like those guys like are gonna be like the Jets and the Dolphins are gonna run out of people to announce draft picks when the draft rolls around. No, it's actually not wild. I mean, if Jalen Waddle stays there with Malik Willis, Devin Achane, and Ollie Gordon, what difference is it gonna make? They're not gonna beat the Bills. They're not gonna beat the Patriots. The Jets got 55,000 first round picks the next 2 years, and they're in cap hell. So I don't like you probably wasn't here a minute ago, but I'm gonna run this back again for you, because I know you wasn't here. But Lamont Ames Jr. Look at Tua, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Ramsey, Fitzpatrick, Chubb, Armstead, Daniels, Wilson, Ingold, Jonnu Smith, NWI, Tennessee Titan legends, Judon, Jason Sanders, Cam Smith, and Kamara. Look at this number. $175 million in dead cap. Bro, they have to trade off everything because they got to trade everybody. Like, just get draft picks and try to start over. And they're probably going to be tanking anyways. Two times. So I mean that's ultimately what has happened. I'm really upset about Wyatt Teller going to the Texans. I was having so much fun trolling the Texans fan base for how bad the offensive line is and how many people they trade away. And then what do? They go steal one of the one players that I for sure wanted. I've been talking about for a long time, and I didn't think we could get is Wyatt Teller. But now, if the Titans don't go get Glasgow and Zeitler, we're going to have like new guys, new starters at center and guard with Cam Ward in year 2. And it wouldn't matter if they got Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Love. If I can have Sloatman and Jackson Slater at center if I got Zeitler and Volson and Dellinger at right guard, but I can't have Sloatman at center and Slater at right guard. That's too much. And then you got J.C. Latham in year 3 at right tackle. That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's asking too much. Like, I think, like, if you brought in Glasgow and you had Jackson Slater and Volson fight out at right guard with Sloatman behind Glasgow, I could go for that. And then following my mock draft, having Coogan and Markel Bell and, the way I drafted in my mock draft. If y'all ain't seen it, check out yesterday's pod. I said, why give Willis that bread? You should have just started over with Ewers. Because you can't do that. You gotta have a veteran. You gotta have a veteran bridge to sell. So like having Ewers and Willis, like that's just like the same amount of money as having Justin Fields on the Jets last year. It's not a lot of money. It's not a long-term deal. It's something. It's not like you signed Kirk Cousins to the Falcons and signed Cousins to a 4-year, $200 million deal. I mean, he's getting $20 million, but that's like bridge money for right now. Like I think I think you gotta sell something, right? Like you gotta have something to sell. And I think like if you put Malik Willis in the backfield with Achan and Ollie Gordon. Get him. Like, I'm a proponent. If you traded Jalen Waddle, don't try to take pick 30 and go get a receiver. I'm saying take pick 30 and go get a monster on the defensive line. Take pick 30 and take the best tackle on the board. Take pick 30 and go get a tight end or something. Like, go a different direction. That way, like, because that finesse, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, throw the ball around all game, like, that didn't work. You know, like, go in a completely different direction. Like, heavy run game, play action. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, with as many pieces as the Jets and the Dolphins have to do in that division with the Bills and the Pats, like, they got way too many moves they gotta make. So make it simple. Like, if you bringing in Malik Willis, you know you're gonna be a run first, play action offense. Like, you gotta play to that. What's good? Broncos winning the NFC West. NFC West gonna be tough. Chargers got a lot of money to spend. Interested to see what Harbaugh does with the Chargers. Another playoff team. The Chiefs will be back. The Chiefs will figure something out. Mahomes won't miss any time. And then the Raiders have to be better than they was last year. I mean, Raiders was the worst team in football last year, so I mean, Raiders got to be better than that, right? But Broncos are for sure. If Bo Nix comes back healthy, like, Broncos is freaking stacked. And I mean, they gave up pick 30 in a third and a pick swap in the fourth. So I mean, Broncos pick in the second, pick in the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Broncos don't need much. Broncos can get some developmental guys. I expect them to go after like a linebacker, lineman or something. Like, at least they got a hungry wide receiver. Yeah, Jalen Waddle will be with Mims and Cortland Sutton and Pat Bryant. Like, that's a mean core with the tight ends they got. They got good tight ends too. So then they got like Troutman and Evan Ingram. Like, that's interesting to see. Broncos is nice. This has probably been the craziest offseason I ever seen in my life, though. Like, can anybody think of a year with this many coaches, long tenured coaches, players, big trades? You got multiple teams with multiple first round picks. You know, the Rams send a draft pick to get McDuffie, and the Chiefs got 2 first round picks and a top 10 pick. The Cowboys got 2 first round picks. The Browns got 2 first round picks. The Jets got 2. The Raiders had 2, but the trade didn't go through. Max Crosby goes from the Ravens back to the Raiders. Like, this been the absolute craziest offseason I ever seen. Like, Daboll picking right behind Callahan getting demoted and fired. Daboll is now coaching Cam Ward, and Denard Wilson is in New York and with Harbaugh. Like, it's just absolutely nuts of an offseason, bro. Rent due was good. Dolphins in last place in the AFC East. But they got to, though. They got to tank it out a little bit. I mean, they was in cap hell, bro. $175 million in dead cap and players that are not on your roster is, like, somebody had to be fired. Like, that's just like, that's almost criminal. Like, somebody needs to be investigated for, like, tampering with their own self. I don't know what you even call that. You know, like, sabotage. Like, what do you call that? Rent due $175 million in dead cap from players that are no longer with that franchise, bro. Like, I literally have the graphic on the screen. This is my 3rd time showing that. Do you see this list of players? From Kamara to Cam Smith, the cornerback that they drafted, that they cut. Jason Sanders is a special teamer. Judon, NWI, Jonnu Smith, Ingo, Zach Wilson, Daniels Armstead, Chubb, Minka Fitzpatrick, Jalen Ramsey, Waddle, Tariq Hill, and Tua. Like, this is just nuts, bro. Like, how that much dead cap in one season is just beyond me. He said tanking for another 2-3 years. Knicks will come back healthier than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes had a more serious injury. I mean, I expect both of them to be able to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect both of them to be able to go. It's not like it was Kirk Cousins being 38 years old coming back off an Achilles. Like, these guys is not geezers. It ain't like Aaron Rodgers getting hurt at 41. You know, so they'll both be back on the field. But this is the thing with the Dolphins' history of how they get quarterbacks hurt. And Quinn Ewers has a bad injury history just like Tua had. You know, he used to stay hurt at Texas. So you got to think, you finna put all your eggs in the basket with Quinn Ewers with no backup plan. That's why, to answer Mont's question better, that's why they had to pay Malik Willis. Like, you got to be able to make it through the season. If you put Quinn Ewers out there with that roster right there, Quinn Ewers is not making it to the bye week. Malik Willis can't get you through the season. Nate, you know, like that's a whole lot of wishing and hoping. I know that Devin Achane and Ollie Gordon right now are in the ice pit. You know what I'm saying? For the bruises and bumps they're going to have this coming season, because they're going to get the hell out of the football. Man, 27 going to be lit for sure. He said the first five is crazy. To me, the second five is crazier than the first five. The first five is like guys you understand will have to leave, and you might have to have something like that happen. When you're talking about like Zach Wilson and Jonnu Smith, like these guys have been on other teams for a while. Like Jonnu Smith played on a whole season on the Steelers last year and was in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys been gone for a minute. They still paying. Tax write-off as a deficit. Yeah, somebody definitely got some underhanded shit going on. Bills coming back for the AFC East. I don't know. Y'all got rid of McDermott. Y'all had a solid coach for a decade. Y'all loaded up y'all roster last year. And like DJ Moore don't make me think y'all gonna win the division. Epinesa is gone. Like y'all got some place. Y'all got some holes to fill. Like, can Joe Brady take the team past where McDermott had him? Like the stars had a line for the Bills to make the Super Bowl last year, and they didn't do shit. So I can't be persuaded that the Buffalo Bills is like the team to beat in the AFC. I just can't. He said Patrick Mahomes won't even be ready for the season start. That's why they traded for Justin Fields. No, they traded for Justin Fields because they didn't have a backup quarterback. Gardner Minshew got signed by the Cardinals, and that third string guy that they had that played when we played, like that dude might as well have been a damn cornerback, because like he didn't even look comfortable taking snaps. So I mean, getting a free quarterback, the Jets are paying all the money for Justin Fields. Like, you have to have a backup quarterback. I mean, Trey Lance and Kenny Pickett are still getting paid to be backup quarterbacks. Why not Justin Fields? And he would fit the mode of a healthy guy. At least he is a former first round talent. I mean, I wouldn't be necessarily dying to bring back Carson Wentz and Gardner Minshew at backup quarterback. I think Patrick Mahomes will be ready when the season starts. He won't be ready for camp, like the summertime camps and stuff, but I'll be highly surprised if week one, if Patrick Mahomes don't roll out there. Sounds more like you're hoping that Patrick Mahomes is not healthy. Patrick Mahomes will be back on the field. If Kirk Cousins at 37 can come off an Achilles in 9 months and play in the NFL, if the coach just gave Daniel Jones $50 million for year one from a broken leg and Achilles, next year Patrick Mahomes will be back on the field. Cause tighten up, Stevie B. Malik only gonna be there for 2 years max. Yeah, but I'm glad he got his paper though. Like, you know, Malik Willis can cash in, you know, all that guaranteed paper now. Like, I think my boy gonna get it close to the 40 ball regardless. So I'm happy for Malik for that. D'Angelo was popping, man. The broke ass Jaguars doing. No, y'all ain't got no cap space. And y'all been saying Travis Etienne wrong all this time. How y'all had Etienne mad at y'all because y'all wasn't saying his name right? Now he's a Saint. Good luck with Basil Tootin. Oh, they for sure better get in the ice pit. Coach said Tennessee. Sounds like something else need to come behind it, but it's nothing else. It just says Tennessee. Jaguars winning the South? Nah, y'all not. Y'all don't believe that. Like Jaguars not. Devin Lloyd is gone. E-Chain gone. Y'all was about to trade Brian Robinson. Y'all don't know what to do with Travis Hunter. Like, bro, nobody like Jags had their chance last year. Y'all cooked. Y'all going back to the middle of the pack where y'all belong. Come on, man. What else y'all got? You know what I'm saying? It's daytime Buddha, man, popping out. YouTube channel is going up, bro. We are we are like 150 watched hours on YouTube from being partnered on YouTube, and we didn't have to do nothing goofy. We didn't have to troll nobody. I didn't have to go trying to troll the fan base. I didn't have to try to go after any of the other Titan content creators. I stopped playing Madden. I haven't played Madden all year. It's just proving is y'all in the shop and me. That's it. And a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And some $20 shells off Facebook Marketplace that, you know what I'm saying? Bro, that's the new page. I got a Vibe Nation page. I'm literally gonna change that page to Vintage Titan. Should I put my thrift content, my reselling thrift content on this page, or should I do a whole separate page for it? Cause like I think that content is gonna go crazy. Y'all gonna love seeing me do my thing thrifting, bro. Like, bro, look, I didn't want to do this, but this is how that content is gonna be going. You see this? This is a logo athletic Tennessee Titan Rams Super Bowl 34 1 yard line came up short hat with the tags on it. January 30, 2000, Atlanta, Georgia, bro. Like, I'll be hunting some vintage shit, bro. Like, Unc be hunting. I'll be in the thrift stores. I'll be in the garage sales. Unc be hunting, man. I'm talking about like Gestapo hunting. I'm talking about like golden retriever, like in the woods, sniffing the bucks out. Like, bro, I'm literally getting everything, dog. Brick by brick, no goofy shit, bro. Like, you know what we gonna do? Would I trade back in a heartbeat? I've done many mocks. I mean, Stevie B, as much as I want Jeremiah Love, and if he's the blue chip player, let's say Jeremiah Love comes off the board. If somebody trades up in front of us and takes Jeremiah Love, and the Titans was to say, let's say trade back, and let's say the Browns gave up 6 and 24, or the Chiefs gave up 9 and 29. You telling me you wouldn't trade back and like get another day 2 pick in the future off of that? Like the Browns got the Jags first round pick this year, a day 2 pick and another pick. So I mean, if somebody wanted to do something like that, and let's say we went back to 6 with the Browns, and the Browns gave up 6 and 24, like, okay, I'm gonna get Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles or Carnell Tate. Let's just rearrange the board a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or there's a chance that you could do that and David Bailey still fall to you at 6. Like, or if you went back to 9 and you took Chiefs 9 and 29, and you was at 9 and you got Sonny Styles to be the new Fred Warner in the Titans defense, or let's say Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate and Sonny Styles is off the board, and then you take Mansour Delaney, you take the best corner off the board in the draft, like, and you get in another first round pick, and you pick again at 35. You telling me you picked 3 times in the first 35 picks? Like, then that's got the way heavy to say, like, all right, cool. When we get down to 66 or 101, we'll take Jadarian Price or Washington or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you go a whole different direction. Then I'd be on the horn like, can we get Brian Robinson to the Titans, please? And then like take a 7th round back like Henry out of UTSA, Jamari Taylor, or somebody like that. Like we can switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like Unc can switch it up. He said, we here say less. That's it. Man, 26 is dead, bro. I get my rookie premier card. Bro, Madden so cooked. I'll watch like Drenny or Henry or Lambo or somebody, and then like I just be like, bro, like what am I watching, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get even what I'm looking at, bro. I miss it, but then I feel like more productive with this content. Shop Talk is 90 minutes or less. I edit it. I throw up clips. I make other posts. I can come back and play the game Fallout later at night. Doing my eBay shit. I got packages right now that gotta be shipped. Yeah, I gotta go to the post office as soon as I leave here. You know what I'm saying? So just wait till this thrift content start, bro. It's really going up. But y'all let me know, should my thrift content be on this page, Shotbybuddha and Shotbybuddha YouTube, or should I take my Vibe Nation hidden? I got the pages set, but they're hidden. Should I make my turn my Vibe Nation and my Vibe Nation YouTube and Facebook into the name Vintage Titan and just literally have Unc doing reselling and thrifting on a whole nother channel? Or do y'all want to see it on this channel? Y'all gotta let me know, because I don't want to confuse the people. Like, we finally start really like hitting our stride, you know, because I wanted to say something else. I was wanting to say strike. Y'all know, ever since they took that strike off of me on YouTube from their audio strike, from God knows, they wouldn't even tell me what the audio strike. I mean, look at the numbers, bro. Like, you know, some people may like try to troll, bro. Like, I just now started making Titan content in the last year. I was doing gaming content, podcasts, and FPS and Madden tournaments. Dude on the website, rest in peace, no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? And we went a different direction. It's good to see Rich doing content, doing his travel content and his cowboy content and the content of the gardening and doing something different. You know what I'm saying? Doing the content with his sister. But, you know, just completely making the switch, looking up this week and seeing, like, you know, your video is hitting over 100 views in a day. 2 days ago, 500 views, 270. You know, like, we're gonna get real soon. We real close to hitting this partner number. When we start hitting 1,000+ views every pod, like every shop talk. And this is not with me like trying to cheat and funnel everybody to one page. This is with me still being on Facebook, still being on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, streaming on 4 platforms, and still putting content on TikTok and Twitter and IG and everywhere else. So in Threads, like, so without having to switch up and just completely be Bush League to make it happen, like, we slowly getting there. And like, I couldn't be more happy with where I think we about to go, because I always tell y'all, your best work is in front of you, not behind you. You can't live in the past. You know what I'm saying? Man, remember them days you had 2,000 people watching tournament, man? My bro, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Care about what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all, man. Like, we're definitely going up. We definitely coming for the throne. Like, Tennessee Titan content, you know, from a person that is not a Tennessee homer, not a jaded fan, not a troll, not somebody who's overly technical, being a reporter. I'm not a reporter. I'm a content creator. These is my thoughts and feelings, and I welcome y'all thoughts and feelings too. I'm not above my audience. And when this thrift content start, y'all get to see another side of me. Like, y'all don't know, man. Unc live in the thrift store and Facebook Marketplace and garage sales, bro. Like, when y'all see some of the stuff that I'll be doing, y'all gonna be like, bro, this man is a whole animal. You know what I'm saying? A whole animal out here. And we only going up on that side too. I'm just taking baby steps over there. Once I get rolling over there, that's gonna be on a whole nother level. Who's my top wide receiver that we can reasonably get in the draft? I know you said a dunker, but who? If you look at my mock draft from yesterday, I took Jacoby Lane as the 3rd pick. Zion Young was there in the 2nd. If Zion Young or TJ Parker is there at 35 and we go Jeremiah Love first, like, we have to get him. Like, to me, Carnell Tate could wind up being a complete dog at wide receiver. Jordan Tyson, I feel like, has the highest upside. Makai Lemon is a slot guy. To me, those ain't Troy McMillan, Malik Neighbors. Like, it don't scream those type of vibes to me. So with us bringing Calvin Ridley back and having Wandale, DK, and Aomon, who this year are not going to be running orbit motion blocking for Tyler Lockett for the first 9 weeks, with Bryce Oliver playing special teams and Restrepo, continuing to evolve, it's got to be a dunker. It's a lot of dunkers in it. I like Chris Brazel. I like Denzel Boston. I like Chris Bell. I like Jeremy Bernard. It's a lot of receivers I like in this draft. But if we're talking about catching like pick 3 or 4, if you get Jacoby Lane or Malachi Fields or Ted Hurst, you really can't be mad if you get one of them at 66 or 101. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think we need one, but just because you sign free agents don't mean you still don't need other developmental young talent like JSN and Cooper Kupp. They still drafted Horton, and they still went and got Shaheed. That don't mean you still don't need Horton. They got AJ Barner at tight end on the Seahawks. That don't mean you don't draft Arroyo. You got K9 and Charbonnet. You still drafted Buddy from Miami at running back. Like, good teams still draft good players, even in positions that are filled. Because when that said player decides they need to get $20 million a year, you already grooming somebody. You got options. The Eagles have options. The Eagles said, we got Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean and Adoree Jackson. Let's let Adoree Jackson go and replace him with Tariq Woolen and bring Hollywood Brown and Dallas Goedert in. Then you get to scratching your head, and then if they trade Jalen Carter for a high pick, you're going to be scratching your head some more. So it's like, that's the smart thing that good teams do, is just because they have good players don't mean they don't still continue to draft people in those same. You're taking best player available. You want good football players. You don't want just, I can only have a good corner or only have a good line. You take best player available. You put enough good football players on the 53. You'll figure it out. If I got to put 3 safeties on the field in the big nickel because I got 3 better safeties, then it turns into Nick Emenwari or Kyle Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to play with whatever's given to you. I got to have this weapon that's going to make other teams fear my offense. Jeremiah Love. For years, it was Derrick Henry and CJ 2K, Chopper City Juke. You know what I'm saying? It's Eddie George, the Heisman. Like, for so many years, like, teams had to load the box to stop the Titans. When you look at Saquon Barkley and Jahmyr Gibbs and Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, like, that's fear. And that's what I want to add. I've been saying this, and so let me get this off my chest. So many people think the Tennessee Titans is never going to be this super finesse team with 3 Hall of Fame wide receivers running routes intricately and Cam Ward throwing for 10,000 yards. No, Tennessee Titans is always going to be hard hat. Like, bring your lunch pail, bring your thermos, you know what I'm saying, your Wolverine boots, your Timberlands, your Red Wing boots. Like, run the ball, big physical tight ends, receivers that are tough, that can run after the catch and block and still make a man miss when they need to. A defensive line that's going to get after you. Ben Jones at center with a concussion, still out there blocking. Taylor Lewan, you know what I'm saying, fighting everybody. Tennessee Titans is the bar fight. The Keith Bulluck, Kenny Britt, Pac-Man Jones beat you up and then make it rain on you at the gas station. Like, that's the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans is not this soft stuff. Keith Bulluck used to work out in 6-inch Timberlands. That's the type of people we need in Nashville. Stop thinking about having some pretty offense with 3 wide receivers running intricate routes. No, Tennessee Titans smash mouth. What they used to call it? They used to call it exotic smash mouth football. That's what Tennessee Titans need to be, is a team that is just like a team full of football players that beat you up in the alley. Vintage Titan is tough. I got that. That's trademark. That is, like, you know what I'm saying? Unk is definitely a vintage Titan, bro. And I got a lot of vintage. Like I'm finna really start. I'm not like what's my man on Twitter? I can't think of my boy name, but bruh got everything. I ain't vintage like that. But far as like me taking things that I'm gonna be doing, thrifting and reselling, with being a Titan. You know, it's like, sounds great, right? I think I'm gonna change that page to Vintage Titan and put the new logo, but I might put like all the Titan logos on there or something. I might put like the Oiler logo, the new Titan logo, and the Titan logo with the flames. All the people in Nashville and Houston to be mad, but we don't care about y'all. The people need it for sure. I feel it. Who the number one? If Lane hit Cam since college, got 2 wide receivers. He honed in on who's those 2. It's not one person. Like, I want the Tennessee Titans to say this Sunday Jacoby Lane was dunking. Next Sunday, man, people forgot about Calvin Ridley. You've been looking at Jacoby Lane and Calvin Ridley. Boom, Wandale and DK killed you in the motion game. DK ran the kickback and Wandale killed you in the slide. Oh, you forgot about that? Bam, you look up. A.O. Marner had 2 touchdowns dunking in the red zone. Oh, you worry about the receivers? Tajay and Jeremiah killed you this week. You focusing on them. Boom, Gunnar Helm and Bellinger killed you at the tight end position. Like, you want to be that team that death by 1,000 cuts. It's some Wu-Tang shit for real. Like, real Dragon Master, death by 1,000 cuts. The best teams are like that. Like, I know coming into the Super Bowl, everybody thinking about JSN, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, and Sam Darnold. Could they do it? And then I'll be damned if the Seahawks defense didn't just win the game and K9 was the MVP at halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you look at the Eagles. Is it A.J. Brown? Is it Devontae? Is it Dallas Goedert? Is it Saquon? Is it Jalen Hurts killing you with his feet? Is it the tush push? No. You get in the Super Bowl and the defense just beat the hell out of the Chiefs. And it didn't matter if the offense showed up or not. The defense won the game by themselves. So, like, that's the team I want to be. Yeah, Hollywood Brown and the Eagles is nuts. And Jalen Waddle on the Broncos. Teams that are already good are getting better. By committee, KT. Like, think about that. Like, the Eagles are going to have Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in the backfield, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, and Devontae Smith, and then Hollywood Brown's going to be in the slot. You think about Sutton and Waddle on the outside with Mims, little fast ass in motion, and then Bryant coming in, and then Evan Ingram and Troutman, and then R.J. Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you want. You want to be the Patriots. Is it Hunter Henry? Is it Austin Hooper? Is it Stephon Diggs? Is it Mac Hollins? Is it Pop Douglas? You know, is it Kayshon Boutte? Is it Travion Henderson? Is it Ramondre Stevenson? Like, you just want to just like be able to throw names and bodies at teams to where it's like you can't really focus on one person. You gotta focus on the team. So for sure, KT, by committee, a team. That's why preseason I didn't say Cam Ward coach. I didn't say Jeffrey Simmons coach. I said, who can they bring in to make the 53 better with Bergonzi? I need the 53. So Saleh getting defensive free agents to re-sign and sign up with the Titans that wouldn't normally sign. Dabo getting offensive players to come in that wouldn't normally come. White Cotton getting defensive linemen that wouldn't normally come. Bones Fossil keeping and retaining special team players and getting the best punter on the market and bringing Joey Slide back with MDK. You know, like getting people that's going to make the total 53 of the Titans better. Not just the fans in Nashville, not just the hating ass, bitter ass, old disgruntled fans in Houston because the Texans ain't never won a divisional playoff games and their jerseys look like our old alternate Reds. Not them. The global Tennessee Titan fans is happy about the new uniforms and the new look and the new moves the Titans made. We don't care about the boomers that's still mad that want to go back to the Eddie George jerseys and the blue helmets. Like, we don't care about them. That's the new wave. Nobody cares. Some stuff is getting left behind. Man, this has been one hell of a shop talk. I appreciate y'all. Probably tonight I'm going to make the changes to that page and change that page to Vintage Titan and start uploading content. Maybe I'll tag both pages where it's like y'all can still see it and get to it, and if y'all just want to follow that content, I want to keep my content slightly separated, but at the same time, you know, like, yeah, it's all me, it's all Buddha, you know. So Appreciate y'all, man, tapping in. I got to get to the post office, and my daughter about to get off the bus in a minute. So let me get to the post office. I got to ship a couple things. And if we see Glasgow or Kevin Zeitler get signed, I'll be back tonight to talk more trash. If not, about 5 o'clock, this replay I go up with the thumbnail. Appreciate y'all, man. I just want to tell y'all this. God first in the chat, man. Like literally, this been like a spiritual journey, like trying to start over and questioning yourself of doing something completely different. And Facebook contract ending, all kind of shit going wrong, shit all scattered around, me redoing the stream room, bringing a new look, trying to start everything completely different. It's been a journey, but like we got vision, you know what I'm saying? We back fasting, we back drinking water, losing weight, doing all the things, and like it start with the God first part. Like I know I just be saying that, but you know LIP Vibe Nation always got that spirit in the middle of everything we do, because it's in you, not on you. And I'll catch y'all later, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And we out. Hit that subscribe, like, comment, share. Tap into the daily uploads at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you missed the live streams, we got picture in picture. And if I don't get to any questions during the live for sure, Nano.
Pod,
hey, Cotton Brian, have a blessed day.
Weekly mailbag.
I know you got to have better things to do with your time.
Those reactions.
Literally sitting here talking about God first at the end of the stream, and you come in trolling. Do something with your life, man.
If you're new to the shop, you definitely should be tapped in on the green. No ads, up to 50 emotes free for just being a follower. You do not have to be a supporter to unlock picture in picture, late night streams. Follow us on Kick. We also live on Twitch. Look out for the drops, as well as if you have Amazon Prime, it's free $99 to sub to the channel once a month. Don't let Jeff Bezos stick that money back in his pocket. If you don't use it on the shop, use it on another content creator that you like. I still call it Twitter, but follow us on X. We tweet back. Yo, if you missed the daily shop talks, make sure you tap in for the late night cap on the purple and the green. The Discord is always open. Outside of subs, donos, and cash apps, is also another way to support the content. That's by grabbing a trucker hat, a bandana, hoodies, classic barbershop, Vibe Nation, right out of the official merch store on Tactic, formerly known as Geeks Unleashed. Code Buddha at checkout.